This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Ha! 1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna I just wanna rock. Body yada yada. Shorty got that body yada yada. No ties, shut up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my size. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5. That's my high. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5.
MC, make another hit.
Whoa. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Okay, break. Get it. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready,
First run now for Kyron Williams. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well, this defense for the Texans very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
Option play, they'll run to Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On the set. Come on. Set. 18 Cardinal, 18, go.
The first carry down for Tony Pollard. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. The Titans at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Kyron Williams with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after try forthcoming. And this is good. Outscore 7-0 Tennessee.
The score, Titans 7, Texans nothing.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
Looking to put a drive together.
Set. Ready. 50. Green. Set. Go.
Now a run. It's the rookie from Nebraska. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Set.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Let's go now.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
60 red. Ready?
2nd and 3. To the right side and caught by Dell. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
Set, hut. 33. Yellow, set.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Got it. Ready? 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Let's go now. Cougar 19. Cougar 19. Ready?
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Here we go. Set. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll show the defense.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Go! 70 Rangers, Viking 18.
To throw, here's Ward. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That's complete to Dill. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. That's complete. It's Jalen Noel. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Cluster, 6. Set.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
10 yards on the big play. It's second.
Hurry up.
At the Titans' 23-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
Now back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Pause red. Come on, set.
Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Here we go. Here we go. Set, cut.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
45. White. Ready?
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
19 Lions. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
Now Ward. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second and 10. Here's Ward. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
Throwing again here, Ward. That's complete to DK. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Let's go now. Warriors, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Ward now working out of the gun. He'll complete this one. Okonkwo. And out of bounds right around the 20. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Cowboys ready.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a second and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
At the Texans' 20-yard line.
Street.
Throwing is Ward. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Cougar 19.
Throwing now, Ward. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go.
And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver, and it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
Let's go now. Ready?
Back to throw now on first down. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And room there to work it inside the 25. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going. Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it. And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Got his man, Dell. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he looks for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Set, hut.
They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
now a 2nd and 2.
28-yard line.
Ready. Black 40. Green jacket. Ready?
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's
that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now he'll tuck this and run. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 25-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
They'll look to throw here. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So third down and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a fourth down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
46-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ward. Got his man, a pop row. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Hold the ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Get it.
To throw is Ward. Caught left side, Williams. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Second down, goal to go.
Check. Ready.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he gets it a little bit closer, takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Deebo Samuel from 4 yards out. And the Titans have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Texans 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Down.
He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
At the 39-yard line.
Here comes second down.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 22, cut.
Back to throw. They'll get this complete to Collins. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. He'll look to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Here's first and 10.
Set. 10 blank.
Back to throw. To the right side and caught by Dell. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Red, 38. Claude Red.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Let's go now. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back something through every play of this contest and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Drill green. Green jack. Ready?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Come on, set. 50, green. 6, mega, spike, white, blaster, 6. Set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. Totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's
Ready.
3rd and long.
60 red. 60 red. Ready?
Back to throw again. He'll try and do this himself. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, The defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Tennessee, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember. Trying to copy what I do. You was not a printer. Cooped up, mate. Get they suit tucks begging. I ain't even got $2 for you. Roll call when I'm coming with me.